far in this course, we've deleted values from cells several different times. And of course, as you would expect, that is a very simple process. We can simply select the cell that contains the value we want to delete and press the delete key on our keyboard to get rid of the value. Similarly, if we want to delete from multiple cells, we can select all of them and hit that delete key. Now, when I do that, it's deleting the value from the cell as opposed to deleting the actual cell. The cell still remains there, so I can add another value. It's just deleted the contents. But what if I actually want to delete the entire cell? Well, let's select this cell in the middle of our table, so cell B10. If I want to delete just the cell, if I right-click my mouse and from the contextual menu choose Delete, it's going to pop open this very small dialog box. And in here I have a few different options. I can choose to shift cells left, up, delete the entire row or the entire column. Because we're trying to delete a cell, Excel isn't sure what I want to do with the surrounding data. Because if I just delete the cell that says Microsoft 365 subscription, it needs to know if the values in the cell underneath needs to be shifted up, if the value in the cell on the left needs to be shifted across, or if in fact I want to delete the entire row or the entire column. So if I was to select Shift Cells Up, it's going to delete the cell and move everything up one. So now what you'll notice at the bottom is that I have a blank cell because all of the cells have moved up one. Now I would say that in general I don't tend to use this option because it kind of makes your data not accurate anymore. If I shift the cells up, the client lunch would now be showing as having taken place on the 10th of March 2020. Now there are some scenarios where that might be useful, but in general I tend to delete the entire row. But just be aware that when you do select a cell and you try and delete it, these are the options that you're going to get. Now, aside from deleting, we also have some clearing options as well. And you'll find your clearing options on the home ribbon. Over in the editing group on the end, we have this little clear drop down. And in here, we have 5 different things that we can clear. So let's go through each of these so you can see the difference. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select all of the amounts in column D. And if we go to clear and select clear all, that's basically going to clear everything from that cell range. And when I say everything, it's going to clear the value out of the cell, but it's also going to clear all of the formatting. Notice that the borders have also disappeared around this column. Now, let's click undo just to put that column back again. If we take a look at the second option that we have an option here just to clear the formats. Now, if I click Clear Formats, again, notice what it does. It leaves the value in the cell, but it's cleared out any formatting. So the borders have disappeared, and also that number formatting, that currency formatting that I applied to these cells has also been cleared. Let's undo again, go back to clear. The next option is to clear the contents, and this is basically the same as pressing the delete key. You'll notice in the screen tip in brackets where we have the keyboard shortcut, that is simply delete. So this is the same as pressing the delete key. It's not going to clear the formats, it's just going to clear the value from the cell. The next one that we have is to clear comments. Now, we haven't discussed comments so far in this course, but comments are basically annotations that you can add to your worksheet. Now, I've actually added a couple of comments into this table. And you can see the cells which contain a comment because they have a little red triangle in the top right-hand corner. If I hover my mouse over this cell, you can see I've added a comment that says review this item. I have another one a bit further down that says check this price on the website. So if I have comments in my data and I just want to clear out or delete all of the comments, I can simply select the cells, go to clear and clear comments, and that's going to get rid of them. The final option that we have when it comes to clearing is clearing hyperlinks. So again, if you have a worksheet that contains hyperlinks to external websites or maybe email addresses, anything like that, this will clear out the hyperlinks. Now, I do have some hyperlinks in here. I've added a vendor column, which basically allows the person looking at this spreadsheet to jump to the website that this expense item was purchased from. And I can tell that these are hyperlinks because they have a line underneath them. And one thing you'll notice with hyperlinks is that when you hover your mouse over them, the cursor changes to this little hand icon. It's going to show me the website underneath. And if I want to jump to that website, I can simply click on the link and it's going to open up that external website. Now, it might be that I don't necessarily want these to be hyperlinks. So what I can do is I can select them all, go to clear, and just clear out the hyperlink element. So now when I hover over these links, I don't get the option to click them to jump to that website. So that is the difference between simply deleting values from cells and using your clear options. Clear can be particularly useful if you've maybe imported a worksheet and there's a lot of very messy formatting everywhere. If you want to clear out all of that formatting in one go, you can simply highlight the entire spreadsheet and choose to clear formats. So clear options, really useful.